Hello, my family. I am so glad to see that you came to visit me today. We are actually going to make up a meal that's more on the American side of things, the ones that are known a lot of, and we're making some good old home fresh milled cornmeal or cornbread, and we're going to be making some stuffed cabbage rolls, only I'm not using the rice. The reason for it is because we are going to use the yellow golden potatoes and have it with our cabbage rolls without the rice. So if you're willing to spend some time with me, we are going to hit the kitchen right now. I just got through doing my batch of cornmeal cornbread mix. I am making it with buttermilk, so I'm getting ready to pop this in the oven, and once I do that, we are going to get started making cabbage rolls. So you ready to spend the day with me? I hope so. Love you. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to start with using my cabbage rolls and getting it in boiling water so I can soften up the cabbage leaves so that we can stuff this. From here, it is going to be a beautiful journey into a very nice meal for the night. So I hope y'all are ready to be in this kitchen with me and just spend some time. So let's have some fun, y'all. Okay, y'all, so the cabbage is sitting here on the verge of heating up and boiling to soften up. In the meantime, our gorgeous cornbread just came out of the oven, and we're brushing it with some unsalted butter. It smells so good. It's been a while since we had cornbread, and it's almost time to make some cheesy grits again. Alright, now we're going to set this aside because the cornbread is done. Y'all, that looks so good. See the glistening in it? Alright, we're going to come back and check our cabbage rolls right quick. Okay, y'all, we're going to start with our filling, and we have about 3 pounds of hamburger here. I'm going to add some thyme. I'm using, with the 3 pounds, about a tablespoon of thyme. You can add your flavor seasonings any way you like to. I'm going to do the same for garlic powder and onion powder as well. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this. I have a pan, which these are going to be simmering in there, and I am actually using something most people don't. They usually use tomato juice or tomato sauce. I'm actually using tomato juice. Anything will do, just plain old tomato juice. I like the flavor. It makes it mild. It's not too strong. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this, y'all. Once I get this mixed, at this point, if you are going to use rice, this is where you would add your rice in before you fill them and then simmer it. But I'm not using any rice. Like I said, we're going to use some potatoes instead. So we're leaving the rice out, and I'm going to mix this up and get these ready to fill with our grape leaves. Alright, y'all, we're going to stuff our beautiful, slightly softened cabbage leaves I want at least some meat in this. Okay, so fold it over, fold it, and roll it like so. Pop it in here. Like this way. Each side, and then roll it over. Make a roll just like that. And then I'm gonna pop it inside of my layered bottom and show you what this looks like here. This is our pot. We have our tomato juice in there, and I just put in some freshly ground black pepper. No salt, because I got salt here in my mix, and if we want salt we can add some later to our dish. And we are not using rice, like I said, so this is mainly all meat for us, because we're using other different fiber sources basically. Now if we did use rice, it would be Parish rice. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to fill up our cabbage rolls, put them in this pot, and get this ready so that we can simmer this for the rest of the day, since I got the cornbread done. So let me go ahead and get this done, and we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I now have all of my cabbage rolls done. I'm just gonna top this off with a little bit of tomato juice, and we have some left over. I'm gonna seal off in a quart jar and drink that. Now I'm going to go ahead, finish off topping with our black pepper. And then put it on the stove. I'm going to let this simmer with a lid on this until they are nice and tender. Once they're tender, we'll be right back. Alright, y'all, so while these are simmering in the pot, I thought I'd just take a moment with you. I have not done videos in a while. There's been a lot of doctor's appointments and all of this, and what it comes down to at the end of this month, Mr. James has to have a procedure on one of his legs, his right leg. He's going to have a stent put in it, so I'm going to be looking at meals more towards healthy, healing type of foods for that week, which that procedure is on the 28th at 7 a.m. It's going to be a long day. So, in the meantime, it seems like in my family, my children are, all of them, it's amazing, all of them for some reason are on the verge of divorcing their spouses. So, I thought, you know what, it's a good time for me to start thinking about things. We have been going through discipleship classes, as I've told y'all, and one of them has been strongholds. And what strongholds means is something that just takes a hold of you and pretty much can control your life if you allow it to. And I have one area in mind that it is time for me to say, I guess I might as well join my boys and I'm going to be getting a divorce as well. I'm going to divorce my scale. Y'all, my scale has controlled me. It has, I wake up first thing in the morning, I grab that scale. I am so, I'm destroying myself, literally. I can't seem to separate it. If I have to, I'm going to put this thing completely out of my house just to get away from it, because it's actually doing more damage to me than good. And I seem to be gaining more by watching this thing than knowing, just going by, if I'm full, I'm done. If I know, my body lets me know if I ate the wrong carbs, basically my inflammation, my body aches. I know. I don't need a scale to tell me this, and I definitely don't need a doctor's chart to tell me where I should and shouldn't be. So it's time for me to get rid of this thing for good, because honestly, I'm going to learn to be happy with myself, y'all. I am not leaving the Mediterranean lifestyle, nor am I going to be leaving the fresh milling, because it is so much better for me. But what I am going to do is lose this control that binds me to misery. And all I do is just set myself up for disappointment. So that's why I said, y'all, we're going to have fun. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And if you thought I was going to divorce Mr. James, you are out of your mind, because that ain't going to happen. Just saying. My kids, they're doing their thing. I'm out of it. So the world's gone crazy, and I'm staying in my own little bubble right here. I am not getting in it. So, y'all, that is what we're doing today, is our cabbage rolls. And I decided to do the fresh milling on my corn. I actually need to do some more because I'm out of cornmeal. And I'm almost out of grits. I love the fresh milling because it is proven that it is helping in the vitality of our body and our lifestyle. That is one thing I want to make sure Mr. James gets in him at least the week before his procedure, is enough of those nutrients and vitamins from the fresh milling that'll help him heal better. So, and I believe that wholeheartedly, that that's going to help a lot, because that's magnesium, that's zinc, that's everything that we need in that wheat berry. So I'm definitely going to make sure, even if it's chili and cornbread, because like now I have my cornbread and I have a cup and a half of spelt, freshly milled spelt, which is an ancient grain. I could use soft white wheat or anything like that. Any of those grains milled is great. So there's that. I believe that it's going to help him in his longevity. I believe that it's going to help him in his healing. And I know it's helping him with the diabetes, so there's that as well. But I just thought I'd let you know, while we're waiting for this to simmer, what the new thing is, y'all. Like I said, I'm not giving up the Mediterranean. I do know how to do things. I know how to serve my plate and all this stuff. So this scale is getting out of my house. I'm done with it. It's time to kick it outside. So that's what we're going to do. If anybody else knows what a stronghold is, if you got something that continually causes you to stress, y'all, if there's something in your life that you just, like me and my scale, if there's just something, maybe it's your cell phone, maybe it's something else in your life, I don't know, maybe if it's just something that you just, a certain diet plan, or you got to do this, you got to do that, and it just becomes so stressful, maybe it's time to walk away from it for a little while. If you want to go back to it, that's fine, but give yourself some space, give yourself some grace, because y'all, too much stress, that also is a major bad factor in our health. It reduces our sleep, it reduces everything inside of our immune system. So I want some peace. I was getting some really good sleep during the Seek Week from our church, where we put down all electronics, because I wasn't researching everything and everything, you know, so I got rest and peace. And honestly, at that point, I lost 6 pounds. Since coming back, check this out. So since coming back onto the electronics and all that, and taking up responsibilities that are not mine, getting on that scale, let me tell y'all, I have gained 4 back. So it's time to say enough is enough. I'm done. I can't do this. I'm going to learn to choose my battles, and choose my battles wisely. One of my battles is right now getting on the trend, getting rid of my scale, get off of it, and then move on with my life, enjoy my life, because I got some seed planting to do. Oh yeah, we're doing that too. And I'm ordering some fresh organic garlic. I am actually going through Azure Standard, and I'm going to plant it outside of my garden, y'all, because I want to see how this works. I found some winter peas. I want to try them. Never had them. I might have to look that up, actually. My husband picked them up from our feed store. So we're going to try some winter peas. We have some turnip greens. I love some turnip greens. He went and got some mustard greens, so I guess we're going to try that too. I mean, it's kind of like having kale, sort of. But greens are good for us. So we're going to have some of those too. And maybe some radishes. Radishes don't take no time at all. And I actually like a radish in my salad every now and then. Sometimes I just like a regular radish sandwich. So there's that. I do have some really cool recipes I've been looking into. Now that tomato burrata, y'all, holy smokes, that roasted tomato. It had onion, garlic, tomatoes, I think, and it was melty. No, I don't think it did have onion. I know it had garlic, olive oil on it. It went in the oven, and I think I did this one with y'all. And then we put that big, beautiful burrata on top, cut it, and it fell open, mixed it all up. Y'all, can I tell you, 2 days that thing was gone. That dish was gone. Me and Mr. James loved it so much. It was an amazing dip. Much better than the French onion dip you buy at the store. That's really not good for you. So that is a thing. And I can make some sourdough chips or some sourdough crackers with that, or even some fresh milled pita chips. And so, yeah, that was definitely a do-over. So right now we're just waiting on this stuff, and we'll be back. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up this kitchen because it got to be a mess. So we'll be back. Y'all, did you ever have something you just really, really, really liked? For 5 to 7 years, I have this one thing every morning that I really, really, really like with my coffee. And that's this cup. But I'm going to cry, y'all, because this cup just cracked and broke. And it ain't mine no more. So I'm going to bury this, give my condolences. And I don't know if I can find another one, but it just says, I just want to drink coffee and worship the Lord. This was my favorite mug while I read my Bible in the morning. And it ain't here no more. That's sad. Okay, y'all, so for our supper tonight, we're going with our cabbage rolls, which is nice and tender now. Going for a piece of cornbread right here, and then our potatoes. Get that in just a second. And that, y'all, is supper. I hope you enjoyed. Hold on a minute. That's better. I hope you enjoyed being in the kitchen with me. If anything else, y'all, it's just the everyday, what do I do? If not just recipes, but what do I do in an everyday life when we don't know what to come up with or we don't know what to do? Right now, we're working on our freezer because it's getting Thanksgiving. I need to put room in that freezer for some turkeys. So we are basically concentrating on what can I do in my kitchen, from my pantry, from my freezers, whatever, and this. So, and besides that, cabbage rolls is my husband's favorite dish, and I just felt like treating him today. So, that's it, y'all. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and to all of my Canadian friends, this is early, but I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Your Thanksgiving is coming up on Monday, and I wish you the happiest of Thanksgivings. May your families be filled with joy and laughter and love. May your tables be bountiful with blessings and with a lot of health and prosperity. May your lives be enriched. And know that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and may you have an amazing, amazing, blessed Thanksgiving. Until next time, y'all, I love you all. Mwah, for Parton's Mediterranean Homestead.